Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, Happy New Year to each and every one of you guys. And I'm away, actually. I'm away from my natural habitat. I'm away with the family celebrating the new year. And yeah, I thought I have to drop the latest on Enzo Fernandez. So let's get on with this.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, massive happy new year to each and every one of you guys. And thank you so much for consistently helping me out throughout this particular year and this particular channel. And thank you to each and every one of you guys that has contributed to the channel as well, to all the panelists and all the friends of this particular channel. Thank you to each and every one of you guys and all the supporters, all the super chatters, every single one of you guys. Massive big up to you for the year 2022 and welcome the year 2023. Some of you guys might still not have gone through at the end of this year. Me in Sydney, it's 9:03 a.m. It's nice and early, so it is 2023 right now. And I thought, do you know what, even though I'm away, I still got a bit of time to connect with you guys and bring you the latest on Enzo Fernandez. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Just before we get on with that, though, I know there is a match coming up for us, and I'm not really sure whether I can do a watch along for that, but I'll try my level best. I am away with the family, so I want to enjoy time with them on this lovely getaway. Hope to share some pictures with you down the track. But let's talk about the latest on Enzo Fernandez. What is going on over the last 12 to 24 hours? I'm going to bring out all the latest news on this particular matter. Starts off from Felix Johnston. Johnson, I think that's, Johnston. There you go. He goes on to say, talks still ongoing for structure of the payment today. Benfica naturally want bulk of the base fee this January. Chelsea trying to spread it out for FP reasons. Still optimism on the deal. I think this is what it's got down to, hasn't it, ladies and gentlemen? I think we can appreciate the fact that Benfica are willing to sell because they can't ignore the level of money that we're offering them. But at the same time, they want the bulk of that money to be upfront. Now, we, on the other hand, are saying, look, we're going to give you the money, and we're in fact going to give you a lot more than what you are expecting with the release clause. But do us a deal, man. Do us a deal in the sense of payment options. Don't make us pay all at one go. Give us the opportunity to pay maybe over 2 installments, 3 installments, 4 installments, whatever the case is. And this is what it's really boiled down to. We've got something here from Ben Jacobs. I'm pretty sure it's a nice thread. Let's have a look at what Ben Jacobs is saying. There is a growing feeling amongst Benfica sources that Chelsea offer is simply too strong to turn down. And this is what I was saying. The offer is way too strong to turn down. And as you know, Benfica, they're a selling club, and they found themselves a huge asset that they're going to make a lot of money out of. This is too good for them to let it go down. As previously reported, Chelsea tactic has been to move fast and play on the fact Benfica is ultimately a selling club. This is pretty much what I said. And you have to remember, there are no other suitors at the moment. There is no other clubs in the likes of Liverpool or Man United who are touted to, reported to be interested in this particular player, and maybe even Real Madrid to a certain degree. They just don't want to stump out that level of money that we are willing to stump out right now. Further goes on to say, told senior Benfica leadership have been caught off guard by Chelsea's offer for Enzo Fernandez. Even after this World Cup success, the club simply weren't expecting a bid of this magnitude. So you can imagine, the level of offer that we're tabling and how serious we are on this particular player. And I think Benfica are on the other side thinking, whoa, that is a lot of money. In fact, it is. The release clause itself is 120 million euros. I think we're probably providing a lot more than that, maybe 10, 15, 20 million more than that. Further goes on to say, divided board opinion because Fernandez only joined this season and Benfica is still in the UCL, but Chelsea are prepared to pay around 70 million above Fernandez's market value. There you go, huge. CFC encouraged by the engagement as talks advance. This is what I thought would have been a huge stumbling block, knowing that Benfica, they have for me, they are a dark horse for this Champions League, but not so much with Enzo Fernandez. So I can understand why Benfica probably might want to hold on to him because they're probably thinking, he could create some sort of history this season with Enzo Fernandez on their side. Also being asked whether if successful Chelsea can offset the Premier League record transfer fee to avoid FFP worries under a youth development loophole. The short answer, I know what you all want, is no. Fees to other clubs and agents still count on the books. I think this is the issue. I think Enzo Fernandez being 21, could we put it into that loophole of development players? We can't. FFP is going to catch us with such a few. Don't forget, we've bought other players as well. So FFP will be in our backside. This is why we are looking to get that layered, payment schedule, so we can pay over 2, 3, 4 years as 4 installments, whatever. It might not be years, might be a couple of years, but just to show in the books that we're not paying for this player all of that money in bulk in one go. Chelsea are one step away from signing Enzo Fernandez from Benfica. This is from Mate Moreto and Relevo. I think these guys were one of the few ones who stated our interest on Enzo Fernandez earlier on. So, look, there is a lot of publications out there stating that we want this particular player. Chelsea does not want to pay the clause, but I figure that between a fixed price and premiums is very close to 130 million euros. So, if the release clause is 120 million, I think we're going to check it out over here. The termination clause is 120 million, but it must be paid immediately. Benfica has opened the door to the transfer and hopes that a full agreement will be reached in the first week of January. There'll be no problem with the player. He already has an agreement in principle with the British club. So that's another fantastic news. From the player's point of view, he wants it. This is a big tick mark. I've said it recently. One of the first things that will get this over the line for us, hopefully, is the fact that Enzo Fernandez wants it. If he actually is staunch about this situation and tells Benfica, look, I want this move, try and do your level best to make it happen, I think then it should happen. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to have a player that's disgruntled, that's unhappy. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be like that. He's gonna appreciate Benfica. Obviously, Benfica's given him the break off the back of that. He's got this fame that he's got right now on his name. But at the same time, players' head is elsewhere. Like you as a club got to look at, do we want to keep this guy on who potentially might not give it his 100% best, even though he may say, I'm going to be professional, I'm going to give it the best for Benfica, this, that, the other. But there's going to be some feelings inside that his brother wanted to be somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? So this is where I feel like Benfica, you've got to treat this situation very carefully. I know you can play hardball and say, I want all the money right now, the base money right now. But you don't want to destroy the situation. And on top of that, I don't know when the release clause is expired and whatnot. Come summer, you may not get this level of money that Chelsea is offering. Because other clubs be like, well, now the release clause, this is the thing, I don't know when it expires, but let's just say, for argument's sake, it is expired. All the other clubs are, well, the release clause is expired. I'm not paying 120 million for this player anymore. I'm going to start the bidding from about 70 million, and then you may get a bidding war, and eventually enough, someone might pay about 100 million to get this particular player, not the 120, 30 million that is getting touted around by Chelsea. And this is Chelsea's play on this, that, look, Benfica, we've got all the money right now. We're willing to pay more. It's just give us the payment structure. We'll give you the money. We'll give you more than what you want, but just allow us to pay, step by step. There were no direct contacts today between Chelsea and Benfica for Enzo Fernandez. It will be discussed again tomorrow and next week. The deal is advanced, but still waiting for Benfica final decision. This is from Fabrizio Romano. The deal is advanced, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea are insisting as they feel deal can be closed next week. This is brilliant. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it hurts me to say that Arsenal, these guys, they look like they're going to run away with it. Man City will probably give them the best shot to chase it down. I know it's still early days, but still 7 points clear. Arsenal looks so good. That top four, Man United has just cracked into it. We got to do everything possible to bring in players, man. Players like Enzo Fernandez. We need that right back. We potentially need another attacking option as well. I don't want to be left behind, man. I feel like our club is slowly getting left behind with all these other teams that are looking to progress ahead. Top four, I would love us to make it. Still has to be our prime objective this season. But we need help. We need help. A player like Enzo Fernandez I think that is a huge statement, huge marquee signing for the midfield, transforms us in midfield with immense quality, which will help us hopefully drive for that top four position and really go on a run and also try our level best in the Champions League as well. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have had a fantastic New Year's Eve or having a fantastic New Year's Eve. And hopefully you guys are going to have a fantastic New Year's 2023. Hope you've enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you have. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Let's get to 20,000 subscribers in 2023 ASAP. Let me know how you feel about all of these Enzo Fernandez situation. Until next time, see ya.